Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our APTA Fight the Cut virtual rally. All day, we will be gathering here on social media and on APTA Live to push comments to the Centers for Medicare Medicaid Services, or CMS. We're opposing damaging cuts to physical therapy services under Medicare, and we need your help to reach this goal today of sending 10,000 comments to CMS. I know that we can do this as a physical therapy profession, and we need everybody to get their friends, their family, colleagues, students, everybody that they know to submit comments. So to kick us off for our rally today, we'll be rallying 3 times on APTA Live. This is our first one here, and then we'll be rallying again at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time and then at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. But we're going to get the day kicked off and hope everybody is starting to submit their comments right now. But we wanted to, we are joined by Sharon Dunn here, the president of APTA, who will offer us some words of wisdom and kick off our rally for today. So thank you for being with us, Sharon, today, and welcome.
Thank you so much, Laura. To our profession, we have another big challenge on our hands this year. The CMS has proposed more cuts, the PTA differential, and we're still battling to make telehealth permanent and a reality for those we serve. But if last year taught us anything, it's that we don't have to accept these policies as written. Advocacy works. Last year, advocacy by APTA and its members resulted in the cut being reduced from 9% to 3.3%. That's almost a 60% difference. And we can do it again this year. Right now, we're focused on submitting comments to CMS before the September 13th deadline. So we got about a week and a half, but we want to make today impactful. CMS has a lot of power to make a positive change. They want to hear from us. Our goal is to get 10,000 comments submitted to CMS, and APTA's Patient Action Center makes it extremely easy to submit comments. Remember that your voice matters, as does that of all of your patients. And silence is the equivalent of support for these policies, which will ultimately harm our patients. We know it's been a tough couple of years. It's easy to lose hope, but community is how we've made it thus far. And coming together as a community to advocate for our profession and our patients is how we'll ultimately succeed together. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being an advocate, and I'll turn it back over to Laura Keivel, APTA's Grassroots and Political Affairs Specialist, to tell you how you can help today. Thank you again, Laura, for having me today.
Thank you very much for being with us today, Sharon. So I'm now going to introduce Kate Gilliard here on APTA's regulatory team, who will tell us more about what's at stake and how easy it is to submit comments. It literally takes 2 minutes, and I will say, since we went live here just a couple minutes ago, we already had 20 comments. So, Kate,
hey, it's working. Be a part of the rally, guys. Like we've already said, we're trying to get 10,000 comments submitted by the end of the day today. We make it so easy to do that by using the Patient Action Center. It's literally just a click, submit kind of thing. And then CMS will hear your message. So there's a lot at stake this year. You've got the 3.5% proposed cut to all of physical therapy. You've got the PTA differential, which, although CMS is required by law to implement it, they need to be taking a lot more mitigating steps to help out. So, things like changing supervision requirements, exempting rural and underserved areas, and most importantly, delaying the PTA differential for a year while we still recover from the pandemic is incredibly important. That's something that CMS can change right now. That's why it's so important to participate in regulatory advocacy. And that's why we're trying to get 10,000 comments to CMS. We can actually get CMS to make some changes on the cut, make some changes on PTA differential, and even take the first step towards getting us permanently authorized to provide telehealth services. But they're not going to do it if they don't hear from us. So that's why our goal is 10,000 comments today. I want to make it clear that when you submit comments to CMS, a human being has to read them. It's required by law. They have to read those comments, and those comments go into the permanent record. And like Sharon said, if you do nothing, you're essentially telling CMS you're fine with what they've proposed. That's why they do this notice and comment proposal system with rules. They put the rule out before it's final so that you have a chance to speak out about it. So doing nothing is the same thing as saying, I'm okay with cuts, I'm okay with PTA differential, and I'm okay with not having telehealth for my patients. But using APTA's comment letter, we explain all of these issues in the letter. You don't have to type anything up. You can personalize it if you want, but you don't have to. So just by going to our Patient Action Center and clicking submit on the Fight the Cut item, you can tell CMS you're not in support of these cuts. You're not in support of the PTA differential, and it's time to go ahead and take the first step towards adding physical therapy to the list of permanently authorized telehealth services. So that's kind of where we're at now. There's a lot at stake, and we hope that you will share this link with your family and friends, because you don't have to be an APTA member to use it. You don't have to be a physical therapist or a physical therapist assistant to use it. You can send it to your mom, your dad, your neighbor, anybody. Anybody who's paying taxes has a say in the Medicare program. These are your friends and family who are going to lose access to services if these policies get implemented. So they have a right to submit comments as well. I've submitted my comments. I know my colleagues have. I think at this point, we've got about 4,000 people who have already submitted comments. Like I said, our goal is 10,000 by the end of the day. So if you haven't yet, click the link to our Patient Action Center, submit your comments, and then tell your friends. It's that easy. So Laura, I don't know if you've got some more words of wisdom for everybody out there.
All right, in just 2 minutes, we had 20 more comments submitted, so keep them going. And we know that you're watching us here on social media and on APTA Live. We just sent an action alert to our Patient Action Center team for those who are subscribed to those updates. We have it on the Patient Action Center, of course. We just sent an action alert to our APTA Advocacy Network. And, it's out there and we need you to take action. Again, it's really important. Just inaction is not an option with this. CMS has to hear from you and we don't have time to wait. The deadline is September 13th. So it takes 2 minutes to make a big difference and we got to do this today. And, these comments are really important because, we'll likely have to take this fight to Congress, and Congress takes notice of what comments are sent to CMS. If there are thousands and thousands of comments on this issue, Congress is more likely to act on it as well. So that's really a next step in this fight, is taking it to Congress as well. But we need to build that support now. You need to take 2 minutes and just send your comment, and that will add up to our efforts to help fight this cut together. And, as Kate said, just take a moment. It's as easy as sharing a link with friends, family, neighbors, colleagues, fellow students, roommates, people that you work with, your spouse, heck, even your enemies. Go ahead and send them this link and ask them to take a minute to do it. I know that my mom just sent a comment a couple days ago. So if she can figure it out really quickly, it's going to be a easy thing to do. So we have more programming for you throughout the day. So please join us here on APTA Live. And, we'll be back here at 12:30. We'll be hearing from a physical therapist and a physical therapist assistant to tell their stories about how this policy would impact them and their patients and the care that they provide. So please join us there again. And I believe we've sent out the link to the Patient Action Center. So again, take a moment to do this right as you're getting your coffee this morning, and know that what you're doing is really making a difference. So with that being said, thank you again, Sharon, for joining us. Thank you, Kate, for sharing your words, and we'll see you all again at 12:30. So everybody have a great morning, and we'll see you again soon.